r/AskReddit. What is an important piece of advice you can give for those moving into the real world? If something is too good to be true, it probably is. People will try to take advantage of you. And you'll probably fall for it sometimes. It's how you learn. Don't be too down on yourself, just learn from it and move on. There will be someone who will hate your guts for no particular reason. Even if you are friendly with them. Or even more so. It will not be your fault. The real world is actually really small. Be careful of burning bridges, because you'd be surprised how easy it is to run into someone years and years after you last saw them. Here's the biggest mind duck I've had related to this. I moved to a different town across the country for a new job. My current landlord is the mother of a girl I studied with in university on a separate continent. My rent is cheap. I live 8 minutes drive from work. The neighborhood is reasonably safe. Yet it's very accessible, which means I can invite friends to come over. I'd be ducked out of the perfect place to live had I been mean to this girl. Never stop learning. Keep up with your old hobbies and interests. And pick up new ones. Takes classes. Free ones and pay for those you can afford. Join groups for people with your interests so you can learn from them and learn from teaching them. Don't just react to things. Think critically. Take a few seconds to analyze situations and come up with conclusions. Always be self-aware and never let people use your emotions against you. The intensity of your social life will likely change, and this is mostly a good thing. But be prepared for it. Being outside of school means you are free from a lot of the weird drama that comes with doing everything in a closed system with roughly the same people. There is still drama. But you can almost always escape it, because your life is divided now. You don't live with all your friends and work with them. On the other hand, making new social connections is a new challenge, because you aren't thrown into a closed system with people all at your stage of life with many of the same problems. But making friends definitely happens. For me, wherever I was in life, it always took me about 1 year to make one new close friend. Patience is key. I would say you make fewer social connections, but a lot of them are of higher quality. A last piece of advice. Don't view work as your only source, or even your primary source, for friends, dates, and hookups. Try to keep part of your social life separate. College is the last time in life where everyone you know your age is roughly doing the same thing and experiencing the same challenges. From here on out, everyone's paths will differ. And that's okay. Some of your friends will get married or have children. Some won't. Work experiences and careers will be vastly different. You stop moving in lockstep with your peers. Look after your teeth, because they are expensive to fix. Toothpaste, a good toothbrush and dental floss are cheap, so use them well. Look after your credit rating. It is difficult to fix when it goes wrong. And also remember that things do go wrong, so perhaps have a small contingency available if you can. Learn to save and budget so you know how much you can use and save comfortably. Be good to yourself and look after mental health. Even though money goes in and out of your account automatically doesn't mean you never have to look at your bank account. Just a quick daily check of your balance and spendings will keep you out of a lot of troubles. It's okay to say no. It's just a job. There will be others. Don't try fitting in if it requires you to break your personal values. Being respectful and polite is cool. Don't waste your time worrying if you can help it. It just drags you down and makes you weaker. Hit the gym when you can. Boy, will it make you feel better. And smile. Make a conscious effort to smiling more. It'll be reciprocated, and it will make you feel good. Apply the 10th of October 10 rule. Will it matter in 10 minutes? Will it matter in 10 days? Will it matter in 10 years? Really helps put a problem into perspective. Consistently live below your means. Save and invest the difference. Get a raise? Cool. Don't change your ducking lifestyle at all, and just save the extra income. Edit. In typical Reddit fashion, my comment was taken 100% literally. No shit, so you should reward yourself every now and then. or use that raise to improve your life if it's but. I'm talking about the people with already comfortable lifestyles upgrading for the sole reason of having more money now. A long commute is rarely worth it. If you're unhappy with your job, put tons of effort into finding a new one ASAP. Also learn to recognize toxic work environments. I once saw a guy quit his job in under 4 hours. Just noped right out. A few years back I saw a dude quit immediately after a bad meeting. It was about 10 tech people in meeting. Boss outlines vision of new product. Tech dude explains why this is not a good idea. Boss has a rant about how he can't have negative people on the team and maybe tech dude needs to step out of the meeting while they finish up. Tech dude leaves room, goes to his desk and writes resignation. Boss was surprised. Why you quitting? Tech dude, you don't want my input. You don't respect my views. When furnishing your home with stuff you find on the side of the road, it's fine to take hard things, tables, art, etc., but never pick up soft things, upholstered chairs, carpets. Even with hard things you have to be careful. Lots of places critters can hide even in tables. When I was in uni I was super stressed. People would always say to me, back quote, if you're this stressed now, wait until you get out into the real world. I've been out in the back quote real world for 2 decades now, and it's been so much easier than uni. Go out there and enjoy post-uni life. Back quote, if you're this stressed now, wait until you get out into the real world. This, by the way, is one of the worst things you can say. If someone is convinced that their situation will never get better, they'll look for other ways out. Be very careful of being dragged into any sort of workplace drama/politics. That friendly coworker who is dishing you all the dirt as you learn the ropes is looking for allies. You have no obligation to hang out with these people in a social setting. You don't have to know how to do everything. Knowing how to learn and being willing to put the effort into learning it is more important than knowing any one skill. Your attitude is more important than aptitude. An employer can teach you the specific skills needed, but if you aren't a person that people want to be around, then why would they bother? Your employer is usually a neutral party at best. Rare exceptions to this exist, but as a rule your boss is not your friend and does not have your best interests at heart. They have you there to make money off of your labor, no more and no less. This is a business arrangement. Learn to automatically see this as the default. You need to look out for your own interests. Get a better offer elsewhere. Don't think for a second you owe loyalty to your boss. They'd replace you in a heartbeat if you keeled over at your desk. Similarly, mental health days are sick days. Don't trick yourself into believing that you're letting the team down because you need to take care of yourself. No one else at your job is going to take care of you. At best they will do the bare minimum to meet legal requirements. There are exceptions to the above and sometimes the right people or management can earn your loyalty. Just remember that you come first. Not customers. Not co-workers. Not managers. Do the job. Get paid. Go home. Never believe that you have to sacrifice your physical or mental well-being for a job. They don't pay you enough for that. Ever. Honesty and humility get you far in the workplace, as it can often be a game of likability. Just be careful not to be a doormat. For instance, I work in it, and once I was troubleshooting an issue that ended up being my fault. I told my boss it was my fault. How, why, and what we did to fix it. He told me someone else not only blamed me, but took responsibility for fixing it. I ended up coming out looking better, despite all of it being my fault. Simply because I was honest. I was promoted a few months later. Not everyone is going to like you regardless of what you do. Trust your gut instinct. It's called that for a reason. Take no shit Sue, but do no harm. Meaning don't be a duck, but put people in their place when necessary. Familiarize yourself with your region's Landlord/Tenancy Act. Know your right and what's expected of you in terms of rent and damage/security deposits. Step 0. Find a place that has reasonable and human landlords. Talk to current tenants. read reviews etc. Step 1. The above comments. Step 2. Be a stellar tenant. No one complains about you. You try to work things out with neighbors before complaints about them. Rent always on time. etc. Step 3. Create a positive relationship with the landlords. Step 2 is important, but also be friendly and nice. Having the landlord on your side is extremely valuable. They often have the discretion to force you to do things per the contract that you wouldn't prefer. Having them understand you and sometimes bend the rules for you is extremely powerful. Just because you have the money to buy something doesn't mean that you can afford it. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and consider subscribing for more daily AskReddit content.